Hello everybody and welcome back to the Wind Waker. In this video we are pretty much just going to leave Windfall and we're going to go see what other adventures are going to come our way. What I'm going to do is I'm basically just going to go from here to here to here. Because there's one island in particular that I want to get marked off our map right now because it's going to be really useful to us later on in the game. And I know that I said that this time is kind of free roam period, but I just don't want to get confused, so I think we're just going to do the storyline for the time being, and we're just going to do what the King of Red Lions said and just kind of head towards that island to get the last pearl. So sailing, like I said, takes a really long time in this game, and unfortunately we don't have a way of getting around quickly. I wish that we did, but we don't. So we're pretty much stuck with what we have for the time being. Doesn't really help. I guess I could change my wind direction, but I don't know how much of a difference it makes. Like, even when you're in the strong wind, your sail kind of looks a little bit floppy. And watch out for sharks and stuff like that in the water. You can use your right button to jump. And I see the map fish in the distance. Jump. I guess I'll change the wind's direction to get closer to that map fish. Southwest. I love the music that plays when there's a monster nearby. It just seems, it just sounds so, I don't know, not scary, but it's just soothing. And your camera direction also changes so you can actually see the enemies coming. It'll keep you in that view until the monster actually decides to piss off and leave you alone. Alright, so we're not actually going to go on to this island yet, but a really long time ago, one of our friends, or not, you know, I say friends in quotation marks, one of our friends, Mr. Tingle, gave us this chart, which is Tingle's chart. And if we take a look at it, Tingle's Island is right there. So we're actually right on Tingle's Island, and it's relatively important to remember with this location. So that's why I'm just going to go ahead and get the map fish for this area right now. I'm going to try to do it a little bit in an order, like all the really important main islands first, marked on our map, and then whatever else I feel like after that. It's even shaped like Tingle's little hat. It's cute. Let me tell you a little something about that island over there, small fry. The guy who lives there is named Tingle, but he won't grow up and act his age. He still dresses like a little kid. That is not normal. Still, from what I hear, he can decipher maps like nobody's business, which Tingle told us in the beginning when we saved him. It just goes to show that you can't judge a person on appearances alone, Fry. Of course, the thing about this Tingle guy is that when it comes time to pay his deciphering fee, you better be ready to fork over some serious dough. Anyone who doesn't have a deep wallet won't be reading any maps, that's for sure. Alright, so that's just a little foreshadowing to what is to come later on in the game. Like I said, we won't be coming here for quite a while. Alright, that takes care of that, and I guess now we can just head towards that ominous looking island. That one over there in the distance, it kind of looks like a bunch of craggy rocks. That's where we're going. And even if you have the Song of Passing, it will always be dark, thundering, raining whenever you get close to this island. I don't know why that is, but it's kind of cool because it gives a mood to the island that you're going to. But that's about its only purpose. So don't try to play the Song of Passing because it won't work. Of course, you can't see anything, so I'm just going to keep sailing straight. And then when you get close enough to the island, you'll be drawn into a little cutscene. There's a big storm cloud over it. That does not look good at all. I don't know if I want to go near this island. It doesn't look very safe to me. That's for sure.
Hey.
Look, Link, do you see it? What has happened to this place? So this is Greatfish Island. But there's no great fish here. I don't see anything. It's just completely destroyed. We are too late. I knew we had precious little time, but I never suspected how little. A great water spirit named Jaboon once lived here, but no sign of him remains. Ahoy there, Link! Oh, look, it's the Rito Postman. I don't know how he flies in this weather. That would just be miserable. But hello, nice to see you again. So you're here, I've been looking for you. Were you by chance seeking the Great Spirit, Jaboon? I'm sorry to report to you that Jaboon can no longer be found here. Just look at how this place has been torn to pieces. I suppose this, too, is the work of the Shadow and Forsaken Fortress. But fear not. Jaboon was able to flee this island before it was attacked. He is in a safer abode now. Would you like to guess where that abode may be? On the island where you were born, on Outset. Oh, so we get to take a little trip home. Yet even if you were to go to Outset now, you would not be able to see Jaboon. The cave where he hides is sealed with a mighty stone slab that repels all who try to pass it. Why, not even the pirates with their mighty ship could get in. I must apologize, Link. I thought if anyone would know of your whereabouts, it would be the pirates. I told them this tale without so much as a thought for the consequences. I don't know what they hoped to get, but they immediately set sail for Outset Island and tried to break into the cave. It is lucky they could not gain entrance. I have heard that they were last spotted on Windfall Island, but doing what, I do not know. If you wish to see Jaboon, I think you'd better search for the pirates on Windfall Island. What an eerie island this is. Everywhere else boasts clear skies and calm seas, but this place suffers under dark clouds and rain. Baloo must have been right when he asked me to bring word of Jaboon to you. He called this island cursed. Oh boy, that's not good. I would console against staying here longer than you have to, but that is your decision. I have told you of Jaboon, so my task is complete. Alright, well, thanks for being the good messenger bird that you are. I guess you're doing your job correctly. You deserve a pay raise. So like you said, there is really nothing on this island. It is just completely destroyed, and even if it was an island before, this looks like a relatively small island. And unfortunately, you never actually do get to see Greatfish Island before it was destroyed. It will always be destroyed, no matter what playthrough you're doing, so... Jaboon has survived. The sea spirit has lived through the trails of many long years. He must have caught wind of Ganon's attack beforehand. If we are to believe the words of the Rito Postman, then the pirates know something about the cave where Jaboon hides. Why don't we go first to Windfall and search for them there? Okay, so you might be asking yourself, well, you were just at Windfall. Why did you go to Windfall if you were just going to go back there? And you'll see why when we get back there. There's a reason I did that. This weather, unfortunately, is going to stay like this all throughout the map. And also this music you're hearing will stay for the next little while too, so... It's kind of a dark, ominous time with all this crappy weather and really dark, depressing music, but let's get the map fish for this area so that we know we've been to Greatfish. So we're not wondering what the hell this island is down the road. You should come around these parts on nights when just a wee bit of the left half of the moon is missing. That's when it appears, Fry. Ooh, scary. Well, not really, but anyways, that's not really much of a hint. That's just kind of a random tidbit of information. And now we're going to go this way. And again, I'm definitely not going to make you guys watch me sail all the way back to Windfall. Although, I did make you guys watch me sail from here to Windfall at the start of the video, but that was because we were actually kind of doing something. We were getting some new islands charted, but, I mean, very self-explanatory. We all know where Windfall is by now, so I'm just going to cut to when I get to Windfall, and I'll see you guys there. Okay, so on the way back to Windfall, I got into a fight with this gigantic squid. You can see I'm right here in the middle of Tingle Island. At this point, you can actually defeat the squid. You have to hit each of its eyes, I think, twice in order for the squid to be defeated, which kind of sucks because it just takes a really long time. And there's a much easier way to defeat these squids later on, because there are more of them in this game, and they do come up at random. When you see like a big flock of seagulls in the middle of the ocean, what you should do is you should go ahead and go over top of it, and it will usually have a squid there. So these guys are completely optional to fight, and they usually just give you a bunch of different treasures and things like that. And I actually don't even remember what this squid gives you. And if it's a treasure I'm thinking of, then that really sucks because I can't even open it right now. I'm just going to quickly pull up something to make sure I can actually pick up this chest. Because if I can't, I'm going to be really, really mad. God, how many eyeballs do we have left? Is it just the one? Is this one? There we go. But I think that this one is actually safe to pick up. Just checking on my sea chart here. I have a little bit of a guide, so sue me. Just to check that. I actually haven't showed this off yet, so this might also be a good thing to show off. These little circlets in the sea, if you sail up to them, you can pull up treasure using your grappling hook, and you hear that little jingling sound? That indicates there's treasure, and if you actually get right on top of it, you can pick it up with your grappling hook. Sometimes it takes a little bit to actually pick up the treasure because the sound can be a little bit misleading. It's not always where you think it is, but in this case we got pretty lucky, and this one actually gives us a piece of heart. So that was completely unexpected. I definitely was not paying attention as much as I should have been, or else I would have completely avoided it. But anyways, let's get the hell out of here, and I want this shark to leave me alone. And we're actually really close to Windfall at this point. Still, I'll just cut to when we actually get there. Okay, so we're getting pretty close to Windfall, and if I'm not mistaken, there should be a scene when we get here. And if not, then I'm thinking of a different island. Either way, we're here, so let's just go ahead and park right here, right beside the gigantic pirate ship. It is just as the postman told us. The pirate ship has stopped here to avoid drawing the attention of the townsfolk. What? Are you serious? How could they not see that gigantic-ass pirate ship? Anyways, they want to get their hands on Daboon's secret gem. I doubt they would tell you anything directly if you were to ask them. Link, I think you should try to find out what the pirates are up to without them finding out about you. Okay, so we gotta pull another little bit of Forsaken Fortress, and we gotta sneak around. And as you can see, there is nobody outside because it's dark, it's gloomy, it's nighttime, etc., etc. So that's why I came to Windfall in the last video, because I knew that people would be hiding and we wouldn't be able to do any side quests or anything. But before we do the next part, I think I'm just going to end the video off here. And yeah, in the next part, I guess we're going to actually try and get to the bottom of why it is that the pirates are here, what they want, and we're going to hopefully get some information out of those guys. So thank you all so much for joining me, and I hope that I will see you all next time.